Our influence as parents rests on how often we have those connections with our children, those windows of time when we're just right with one another. When my child knows that I care about them deeply, and I know they care about me, right? Those windows of time. If those are happening regularly, we have a lot of influence in a child's life. When those are happening few and far between, we have very little influence to help a child. And so, as parents, we want to keep the frequency of that connection up. In fact, I like to use the term, look, the more connection, the less correction. It's a universal law, right? The more I connect with someone, the less I have to correct. And so for parents, we always say, look, when you leave here, the most important thing you need to do is stay connected with your child. Now, we had a young man who came to Anasazi and had a great experience when he was a sophomore in high school. And went home, and as he got close to his senior year, got back into drugs and alcohol with some of his friends, had a rough group of friends. And mom had 5 other boys at home. And mom and dad came to the conclusion they couldn't have him at home if he was making those kinds of choices. He would come home drunk and stoned, and they were worried about the influence he was having on the younger boys. So they basically said, look, you can't live here and have that lifestyle. So if you choose that lifestyle, you can't live in the house, right? You can't be here in the house. So the boy said, look, then I'm leaving. I'm leaving. If you're not gonna let me use drugs, alcohol, I'm leaving. And mom said, well, you can leave on one condition, and that is that you come home often, that we get a chance to see you often. We want you here. We want you to know that every Sunday there's going to be a warm cooked meal for you. We want you home often. Well, he left Payson, Arizona, and came down to Phoenix, Arizona, which is about 87 miles away, and didn't come home. And so mom found him. Mom found him down here in Phoenix, and she made arrangements to meet with him every Friday. And so she said, I can't come down all the time, but I'll be here every Friday. And if you're not coming home, I'm going to come find you every Friday. And because I'm not giving up on you. I'm not giving up on you. And so for every Friday, for about 13 months, mom would drive the 87 miles from Payson all the way down to Phoenix, go and find him. And she would meet him at a particular place. And she would not bring him money, but she would bring a warm blanket, or she'd bring a new shirt, but she brought food. She'd bring homemade food to him, and he would meet her. And she would make sure that he knew that he loved her. There was ringing in his ears that she loved him, and that the family loved him. And after 13 months, he finally came home. And I just believe that for parents, we can't give up. We can't give up. We got to keep reaching out, keep those connections up, and keep doing whatever we can to increase the frequency of our connection with our children. How often we connect with them really determines how much influence we have in their lives. Our ability to turn things around, our ability to actually save a child from making a choice that would be, really detrimental to their life or the family, really rests on that frequency. How often we connect with them.